64 years after the end of the Holocaust, it's clear that the Holocaust is not over. When we look at these pictures, the memorabilia that our survivors have held on to for these last 64 years, we realize that the Holocaust is still such a part of their lives, such a part of everything that they have been about for the last 6.5 decades. Throughout that time, our survivors have told the story to their families, to their children, to schools, to different elements of the communities, on Yom HaShoah events, on Kristallnacht events, and always harboring the story, hanging on to every element of their memory, particularly their collective memory. We have had an opportunity to put together a program with these survivors, with all of their memorabilia, together with young teenagers from our community, through a project called Witness Theater. And through this project, our survivors and our teenagers have begun to share their lives, have begun to share their stories, the teenagers sharing the stories of what it is to be a teenager living in our community, and of course the survivors hearing their story and telling them what it was like being a teenager in their communities when they were growing up, prior to and during the Shoah, the Holocaust.
My name is Norman Frosman. I was born in 1929 in the city of Warsaw, Poland.
My name is Benno Lindenberg. I was born in Dortmund, Germany, 1920.
My name is Rosette Adler Goldstein. I was born in Paris, France.
Please try to remember, once Rosette starts to tell her poem, you guys are going to be part of the families. You are the families. So
my name is Avi Hoffman. I was born in 1958 in the Bronx, New York City, a child of Holocaust survivors. And I've been in the performing arts all my life. And when I was approached with this project of Witness Theater as the first pilot program in the United States, beyond the honor that I felt and the privilege that I felt to be a part of it, I was scared because I didn't know what to expect. I knew the concept, I understood the idea, but I had no concept or idea of what it was exactly that I could do to take a group of lay people, non-performers, non-actors, just people, students and adults, survivors, and turn them into a group of performers presenting an event in front of an audience. And the challenge has been enormous and perhaps one of the most exciting things I have ever done in my life.
Suddenly the world changed. All was gone. At that point, I want the adults to turn their backs to the children, because the children were left alone.
6 million is a huge number, and we cannot just learn about the Holocaust through books, through movies. We have to meet the survivors while we still can, while they're still around. We have to hear the details of what they went through, and then that we need to pass their stories on from generation to generation.
I think the true survival part of the Holocaust is that when these people had nothing, and if any family, and hardly any money, they were able to start over, and they were able to completely just rebuild their lives, and that is something I will always admire, and it has taught me that it is never too late to start over.
My name is Joe Spindell, and I find it very important to pass on my story of my life to the younger generation in order for them to know what happened and how things were.
It's going to reflect our feelings, and it's going to expose a lot of people to what the true Holocaust was. We're very, very happy that we have young people with us, students, and really they're our future.
What are you doing here? Come here. Come here right now.
When Jewish blood is dripping from our knives,
When Jewish blood is dripping from our knives,
our life will be much better.
our lives will be much better.
Get out of here.
Instead of 20 individuals, we are one community, and this community has experienced this little bit, this little bit, this little bit. Part of Mike's story might be here in the script, part of Leon's is going to be here, part of Chaya's is going to be here, etc. So what happens is there is, you know the word cacophony. I was brought into this project because I had done something similar several times before at Florida Atlantic University. It's funny when you come into something thinking you know exactly what to expect and feeling very confident and very relaxed about it. That's when things start to hit you and you realize this is so different. And that's what I realized with this experience with Witness Theater. Just when we think we know the experience of the Holocaust, just when we think we can wrap our minds around what this meant to the survivors, that's when we're tripped up every time. And that's what Witness Theater is about. It's about bringing us face to face with these people whose stories will not be there for us much longer. And it's been meaningful to me to recognize that I've played a part, I've helped to keep these people's stories alive.
We were left alone with our memories to face this broken world alone. Now we are adults, but we can't forget. Now we are in a race against time to tell our stories to these young people, to each one of you. Remember and continue our history.
I don't know how to thank them for that, for their stories, for taking the time to pass this on to us, to keep not only the memories of those who aren't with us alive, but their stories and their life experiences with us, so that way we can pass it on to future generations.
In August of 1942, the final action started in our town, where most of the 5,000 Jews were murdered.
It was a very moving and emotional experience for both the performers, old and young, and for the audience, old and young. And I think that the lessons of what a performance like this can transmit are extraordinary.
Enjoyed the day. It's a form of information that must be repeated and must be developed all over the world and the United States, so that the memories of these people will never die and their sacrifices for humanity will never die.
This wasn't a show, this was history. This should never happen again. Am Yisrael Chai.
Witness Theater has taught me that you should never ever stop believing, and that you should be very thankful for your family.
I know that our stories will go on, and I fell in love with every one of these young people. And please, remember.
It was a great experience for me to share our stories with these young people, and they're so wonderful, and it will stay in my memory for a very, very long time. And also I got close to a lot of people, and I love them all too.
Witness Theater has been a march of the living right here in Boca Raton for all of us, but it has been also for all of you tonight.
Witness Theater has been one of the most surprising experiences of my life.
Witness Theater has taught me that there are infinite stories of the Holocaust and infinite ways to keep telling those stories.